What's up, everybody? Joe White here. It is about 2 o'clock in the morning here in Salt Lake City. And I didn't feel like being on camera, so that's why the video's dark. We need to talk about Tears of the Kingdom. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's coming out in about a week and a half as of this recording. And it's leaked. And it's all over YouTube. Yes, Nintendo and YouTube are trying their best to take it down as fast as it goes up. But somebody today, and I've seen it, I watched it, because I'm the kind of guy where I don't mind spoilers. Somebody posted let me back up. On Tuesday, I believe. No, Monday. My son sends me a text message with a YouTube link. And he goes, "Don't watch this if you don't want spoilers." So I click on this thing because I don't mind spoilers. Because to me, spoiling it and saying what happens is not the same to me as playing it live and witnessing it firsthand. It's just, it's not the same to me. And I click on the link, and somebody is actively streaming this game on YouTube like an idiot, knowing darn well that people are going to report it, that it's going to spread like wildfire all over the internet, and that Nintendo and YouTube are going to shut it down. Apparently, and from all the footage I've seen, yes, there are physical copies out there, but most of the footage, like what I'm about to discuss, has been shot from somebody getting the game files and running it basically through a emulator. And I'm assuming that's why it's so crappy looking. I'm assuming that's why the sound echoes and it, I don't think this game is going to run that badly, as I've seen. At one point in the video that I watched today, there's about a 30-second thing in the video where the game crashed, and the guy had to reboot it. I'm going to get into some light spoilers here. Like I said, I watched the video of the guy's stream. It got taken down about half an hour after I started it, so I wasn't able to see all of what he streamed. And then today, about 4 hours ago, somebody posted a video that features the first 6 hours of the game. It's gonna get out. You're not gonna be able to avoid it unless you totally stay off YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and Reddit for the next week and a half. Because it's out there. I'll go into this. The game looks amazing. The game, does it look like Breath of the Wild? Yeah, they used I expected it to. Just like Majora's Mask, even though it took place in a different setting, they reused a lot of the same textures for this. I mean, look at the Happy Mask Salesman. He pops up in Majora's Mask. It's all the same graphics. It's all the same textures. It's all the same stuff. And this, as I said on my Facebook page, I do not like Zelda games that do not take place in Hyrule. That's why I haven't played Link's Awakening. That's why I don't play the Oracle games. That's why I don't like Majora's Mask. I don't really like Skyward Sword all that much. Because it does not take place in Hyrule. It does not take place... you can't go visit Zora's Domain. You can't go visit freaking Death Mountain. You can't go visit Rito Village. I love the Hyrule that Breath of the Wild gave us. I love that game. I'm replaying the game, every day for the last week or two to get myself hyped up for Tears of the Kingdom, because I can't wait to visit this Hyrule. Now, does this Hyrule, from what I've seen in the first 6 hours of the game, once you get past the Great Sky Island and you go back down, I don't think I'm giving anything away here. You start off on the Big Sky Island, and that's like your Great Plateau. You have to go, if you remember in Breath of the Wild, you landed on you woke up on the Great Plateau, and you had to go do 4 shrines before you could get off of it. Well, it's kind of the same way here. Shrines are back. Korok seeds are back. Towers are back. Trying to think on the fly here of how much detail I want to go in. I'll say this. The trailer, the trailer is the tip. I'm talking the fingernail tip of the iceberg, if that makes any sense. Do icebergs have fingernails? No. It's the very, very small, teeny, tiny tip of the iceberg. Yeah, you get to break the game. It totally takes Breath of the Wild and turns it on itself. It totally takes... Yeah, people are saying, oh, it's DLC. No, this is not DLC. People are saying, oh, it's like Minecraft mixed with Zelda. Yeah. It totally... okay, I'll say this. Breath of the Wild changed the game for open world games. Because look at what Horizon. They give you a paraglider in Horizon, and immediately, ever since Breath of the Wild came out, every single open world game has been compared to it. Except the one exception for this has probably been Grand Theft Auto. Because I think Grand Theft Auto is the standard bearer for open world / sandbox games. But getting back to Breath of the Wild, yes. They basically took they broke the game. You never have to worry about really worry about weapon durability as long as there's 2 things you can fuse together. Yeah, you get to make cars and airplanes and boats and stuff like that. But I think that what I'm interested in is the lore and the story. Because from what I've seen of this game, they're actually treating this as if it's like a real modern day video game where it has a story. And all the other Zelda games have stories, but they've always kind of put the gameplay first and the story second. Here, I think they're about equal from what I've seen. Do I wish there was more voice acting? Yes. I always wish that Zelda had more voice acting. To me, it's annoying when you see this beautiful cutscene of, Zelda talking, and it cuts back to in-game, and they're just making noises like, Link, okay, and you're having to read what they say. Hopefully with the next game on the next Switch, we get full-on voice acting. You know, you walk up to somebody in like The Witcher or somewhere like that, and they talk to you. Also, and I'll say this, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this, it's about time we get a voice actor for Link. It's about time we get I don't think you could flush out Link's character anymore without having to add a voice actor. I think it's time we give Link a voice. What else do I want to go into here? Well, they mention it. They mention her in... If you've seen the footage... I'm trying to think here. How much of this... Do I really want to go ahead and bust this wide open? Alright, I'll go ahead and say it. Because I've already said, towers are back and Korok seeds are back. Purah is back. And Purah is all grown up. Or at least a teenager in this game. Which baffles me. Because I don't know when her little accident occurred that made her turn back into a child. But in the last game, I mean, if this is a direct sequel, the last game that we played, she was a child. She looked like a child. And in this game, she looks like she's about 16 or 17. At least. If not older. Robbie looks like he's a little bit older. They kind of look like they did in the Hyrule Warriors game. But I will say this. I can't wait to see where we go next with this, because from what I've heard and from what people are saying now, I did not see evidence of this in the footage that I watched. The Sky Islands and Hyrule itself is just the tip of, like I said, the tip of the iceberg. There's an entire underground section that is just as big as the Sky Islands and Hyrule combined, from what I've heard. I've also heard that dungeons are back, and there's several of them. So, I won't go into too much more detail than that, because I'm still, even though I only watched the first few hours of the game, most of the footage is and I hate when people do this. And maybe it's just me and my play style. But if you're going to upload a video that shows 6 hours of Breath of the Kingdom, 4 hours of it should not be you fumbling around trying to fuse stuff together. Get to the meat of the matter. Get to what people want to see, which is dungeons and story and good shit. Not you fumbling around with a stick for 45 minutes. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Like I said, it's like 2:30 in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and get to bed. Are you guys excited for Tears of the Kingdom? I am. I can't wait to. I'm going home in about a week and a half. And I'm going home the Monday after the game releases. I already got my copy pre-ordered and everything. So, I can't wait for this. I really cannot wait for this. I'm gonna be, and here's the cool part with this game is that normally when I get it, like when Hogwarts Legacy came out, I can't take my PS5 on the road with me, so I have to play that game. I can only play that game for like a couple of hours or a day every 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm still very early on in Hogwarts Legacy. In fact, the last time I was home, I don't think I played it at all. And I'm probably not going to play it at all this time around. So when a game comes out on... And this is what I love about my Switch. When a game comes out on the PS4, PS5, whatever have you, it takes me forever to complete it, or even really get into playing it. And by the time I'm really into it and I'm really into playing it, I got to go back out on the road again. This time it's going to be different because this time I could take the game with me. So I'm going to post more videos. I've been posting a lot of shorts here on the YouTube channel, me playing Breath of the Wild, funny little shorts. So I'm going to be posting those with Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I cannot wait to play this game. Anyway, are you excited for Tears of the Kingdom? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Remember, if you see a big rig on the road, a semi-truck, do not tailgate us. Give us lots of room out here on the road. Let us over if we need to go over. Get over. Go the speed limit. That's another thing. I'm driving down here in Wyoming, through Wyoming to get to Salt Lake City. Speed limit in Wyoming is 80 miles an hour, and I get stuck behind the old fart in a Ford Dually who wants to go 55 in an 80. That is dangerous, folks. That is dangerous because the equipment that we have on these trucks nowadays, the radar that I have in my truck, when I come up on you and my radar says 55 miles an hour, it tells my truck to slam on the brakes hard. And then the company calls me wanting to know why I'm doing what we call a hard brake. So that is just annoying. It really is annoying. You need to go the speed limit out here. It's dangerous not to go the speed limit. It is dangerous. It holds up the flow of traffic. It's dangerous. It can cause wrecks. It can cause you to get rear-ended. So if the speed limit is 80, go 80. Or at least 70. Going 55 miles an hour in an 80 mile an hour zone is dangerous to me. And you should be given a ticket for driving too slowly on an interstate. Remember, if you can't see our mirrors, we can't see you. And we'll see you down the road.